Hi and welcome. My name is Katrina and this is our Vampire the Masquerade stream, the Interludes. And this little tidbit, we have all three players present. Before I introduce what we are gonna tell today, our story, I would like my players to introduce themselves as well as their characters.
I'll go first. Ha ha ha. Hi, I'm Marianne. I play Siobhan Price, 10th generation Toyado.
Hi, I'm Toya. I'm playing Christopher Masters, 10th generation Ventru, and the interim prince of the city.
Hello, my name is Örjan, and I'm playing Sean, 9th generation gangrel, primogen of the gangrel, and recovering inhumanitarian.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, I'll be
We're
needing
rooting
it.
for you.
Excellent, we're reading. What we are gonna focus on this evening is an event that happened 1 year after the end of season 2. It's more or less of the anniversary of their coming into their own in power. Not as vampires, but as their role in the society. We're going to focus in on the prince's estate, the master's estate, the grand estate. As Christopher Masters, the prince at the minute, has held a very special primogen meeting. It's to check upon, to see who has got progeny, who has increased their clan's size. And there's also been great debates on territory and the wants and the needs, the politics. And everybody has their hands out.
I can swear my hair is getting grey.
The scene is going to start as the meeting ends. Around the table, the different pringens of the different clans nod. Some are happy, some are growling, some are scowling, and some are antsy to make a phone call. The Queen of Bones sits for a minute. She's not the closest to the prince's seat. I am sure Shiv and Sean, perhaps, or maybe Miss Savage, gets that honor.
Probably Miss Savage on one side and his two friends on his left side.
Oh, Sean is definitely on the left side of the prince.
The other primogens make their leave. We're not going to focus so much on them, except the emotion I described. Miss Savage is staring uncomfortably at the Queen of Bones. The Queen of Bones is smiling.
For a second, inward, completely placid on his outside face, Christopher cannot help but take a little bit of pleasure in Miss Savage uncomfortableness towards the Queen of Wands. Not that he doesn't share it, but nothing more than she deserves.
And she's also not particularly happy having her so close to her person, because Queen of Bones is just beside her. Well, Queen of Bones, it seems the meeting has adjourned. Yes, Miss Savage. I just want to announce something to the prince, you see. You couldn't have done this during the meeting, Prince. This is not protocol.
Oh, I'll allow it.
I have a child.
I cannot help but believe Miss Savage was correct in that this should probably have been addressed during the meeting, but well, Do you wish to is there a particular reason you would like to take it after the meeting, Queen, my dear Queen? Do you wish to take it in private, perhaps? And
No, I'm just announcing it. Because you see, he's soon ready to be integrated to society. I've just nurtured him so well.
Are you sure about that?
Very
That
much
he's
so.
ready for the
He's ready.
society?
He's ready.
Christopher feels a bit weirded out by
You're the same as
Shiv's
Sean.
question. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And-
very awkward because he's
Go-
using her real face,
Yeah.
her no-nose.
Because,
the
like,
whole-
I have to be honest, what Chris is, you know, her saying, I got a baby, he's like some doll's head she thrown in the river. Like, it might as well be. I mean, I know she's a Nosferatu, but she bloody well could have been a Malkavian for her sanity.
I don't know if anyone has noticed, but like Shiv is like almost like
but you're
digging
breaking
her
your pen.
nails into her own hand. Like she's if your perception is up, she's a little stressed right now.
I would like, and she gets up very dramatically, and you see Miss Savage go, really? We're doing this? I would like to announce, almost like a baby shower, a coming out event. And I would so very much like to have it here.
Queenie, have you thought about this? Are
Yeah,
you sure? You're absolutely sure that
100% child.
this last time I saw him,
Protocol would say that being integrated into society for a new one should have happened at Elysium. It's a bit unorthodox to ask to use my private residence for such an event. Who would you have present? The entire city?
No, I want it to be a private affair. Again, you see Miss Savage, Prince.
and I'm
This is
turning
ridiculous.
around and I'm getting up and I'm walking over to Chris and I'm whispering in his ear. Do not allow her to do this. Not here.
How many
Then I'll go-
has the Nosferatu had any newcomers to the city
Oh,
during
yes.
last year? Okay,
Locke.
how
He's called
Locke.
Locke.
that's one. So and then there's two with the Queen of Bones. There's three with the Crow. There's four with the Keeper of Elysium. And well, that maxes them out then. 5. But well, have you talked it over with your fellow?
They will do it as I please. They will not deny my mother's needs.
Well, it would bring the total of Nosferatus in the city to 5 and cap the number.
I do
of
not care
potentials.
about such trivial things. I want you to take pleasure and rejoice in my motherhood and my child's coming out.
But still, it is.
I will
an
send you
unusual
the
request.
details from the House of Bones. She pushes back her chair very dramatically and her gown just falls upon like the Savage's lap and she's like,
Chris is pleased. He has technically not agreed to it, and which is essentially what he's hoping for the outcome anyway. So he will remain silent and say, "Good evening, my queen."
I'll escort the queen out.
I'd be most grateful, Primogen.
Savage gets up and she's scowling at the queen and not happy of this display. Because it's like she feels the queen did something. A power move.
Chris gets up. He gives a courteous little bow to the queen, and a little more substantial bow to Miss Savage.
I'm kind of half sitting on the table, leaning on the table with my back towards her, so I'm not saying goodbye.
At this point, I would like to describe how you now attire. What's your attire? How are we looking 1 year in?
Well, I can go first. Chris is definitely probably wearing even more expensive suits, but with really subtle cuts, and a clearly European style cut, not an American style cut. Gray, dark gray, 3-piece suit with white, with a white shirt and a black thin tie and light brown shoes.
Ship.
Hair is out, slicked back, almost like a wet look, kind of deep red lipstick, very little makeup, or at least it's very light, and a yellow body-hugging, long dress.
Oh, damn.
Is it Easter yet? No.
My sister's like, I'm going to be noticed wherever the hell I go.
Yeah.
Sean hasn't changed all that much. It's bomber jacket, it's piqué shirt, suspenders, jeans, green Doc Martens. Yeah.
So you changed something.
Yeah.
The color of your shoes.
No, they were green in season 1.
Oh, okay.
The room that the Primogen meeting is held is a room Chris slightly remembers from his first weeks in the house. It's a great dining hall downstairs.
When the Queen of Bones, Miss Savage, has fully access, he turns to the other two and says, "Please join me in the study upstairs. This room grows tired on me."
Yeah, I never liked this place.
And he gets up and leads the way up to the second floor, up to the study, which was the first room he spent any amount of time in at the Master's Estate, back when he was a living human being, doing a little light B&E.
Yeah, follow suit.
You've redone it in your taste. It's still grand.
Yeah, it's still grand. It's probably more sleek.
Yeah, more modern.
Even modern, more sleek, more minimalistic than...
Yeah.
And the suit, the safe, I guess, is always open.
I think Chris practices the art of, when it comes to having safes, where he actually wants something secret. He has 3 safes. One that's fairly easy to find, which is a standard non-important things with some money in it. Slightly harder safe to find, which is where a little bit more important things can be kept in. And a third, very hard to both find and get to safe for the really more sensitive materials.
There's obviously 2 seats, or seating area even. The office is large enough for it.
Shiv is not sitting down. I'm just pacing the room a little bit.
He goes in, he takes off his coat, his dress jacket, puts it up, opens up his tie, pulls it out, and hangs it over the coat and folds his sleeves up.
Sean sits down in one of the Chesterfields with 1 foot over the arm.
Do not allow her this, Chris, please. No one wants to meet your child, I'm sure of it.
Well, you're correct in that matter. However, I am a bit surprised that you seem to be in the know that she did have a child.
Oops.
Let's just say it came to me in a dream.
Like Jim Morrison and a Naked Indian?
I think more as in...
I wish it was that.
She almost spits it out, I think. The revulsion of him.
So,
And I'm still pacing, and she's not quite, her entire body language is just...
Shiv, what are you not saying?
I didn't think it necessary for you to know, to be quite honest. I didn't want to burden you. I didn't think it would come to this.
Of course it will come to this. All we touch goes to shit.
Well, when you
A
are subject to
child
a
is not a
curse,
child. It's someone you know. Both of you. All of us.
Okay, how afraid should we be now?
The room feels a little bit darker, and she glows a little bit more yellow in her gown.
It's a fucking Black Duke, okay?
The fucking what now?
How shocked is Sean? Does he get up? Does he move? Does his eyes go golden?
Yeah, the last one, and you see his ears go forward just like a dog when he's seen something he wants to kill.
I think Chris turns away and looks
And
out
you-
the window. And I can just see, like, the glowing from his eyes reflected in the in the window. And he
The
takes
memories
a
of
sigh.
him, what he did to all you the first night, and all the horror after. The power he held over your lives, and how he betrayed your loved ones, even though you didn't know you loved them.
That, and then, of course, for Chris's part, Nikita's parting words about a year ago.
A year ago, and you haven't seen her since.
Well, no, he hasn't, but he might have implied to the other two that he has. And he, like, mutters softly under his breath, everything turns to ash in my mouth.
So, no.
So you
But he
see,
fell.
don't indulge her, please.
Indulge her. If she brings out the Duke for all to see, is she insane? Well, yeah.
I mean, she's obviously not thinking it through. But that's
Thinking-
maybe why she wanted to keep it private.
Oh, she just wants to make sure that we know what she knows and how she knows what she knows about us.
Problem here is he was declared anathema,
Yeah.
was the target of a blood hunt. I mean, if he's still alive and she's been harboring it, how on earth can we not sentence her to death? And then she'll come clean about all the little things.
Just one small question. How close to Cop Hill is the House of Bones?
Close. Oh, you don't. Does he know? Has Chris told Sean what he's given the Queen?
Well, if it hasn't come up in the permission meeting, probably not. Well, that do explain one or two other things. I do wish... I understand your desire to protect us, Shiv, but...
Protect her is nothing to do about that.
No, protect us. But it could have been beneficial to have this information a few days ago. Before one granted her the right to assume the domain as hers.
What domain?
It might be the House of Bones, but it was once a throne.
Right, this is the area around Cop Hill.
What we need is another molasses incident, that's for sure.
No. No. Oh,
This
well,
is bad.
no, this is both really bad and also really bad and also really good. There happened to be a pack or nation, I don't know quite yet of werewolves wanting to come into the city.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I think everybody again turns, going, "What?"
And she was just like, no one has asked her why she knows, so this is very good. Keep on piling up.
We're tabling it up. In the words of the Blessed Virgin Mary, come again.
You know, that vortex of shitty hellfuck that was the throne of the whatnot and the shit in the sewers and the fuck in the downstairs on Cop Hill. That is like a black, massive beacon for the werewolves. They want to come and destroy this and cleanse it to the holy nature something fuck.
I don't know what's more worrying. Shiv's apparent role as godmother for Queen of Bones' baby, or the fact you seem to become an expert on the desires of our ancient enemies.
Well,
I'm just pointing at Sean.
ears, eyes, claws. There are a few similarities between my clan and the wolves. So much, in fact, that they accept those of us that are closest to humanity. And it happens to be...
you out.
Yeah, it fucking rules me out. Oh, you're fucking crazy.
Chris just... I'm really glad Shiv said it, so I didn't have to. That's just his thought.
But then again, in my clan, have you met Angel? The wee little lass?
Have she been introduced,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. I remember when she was introduced
Yeah.
at the Primogens Council, yes.
Yeah. She is the one that has been in contact with the wolves. Now, if they want to cleanse said area of shitty motherfuckness in Cop Hill, and this being really close to the House of Bones, or the House of Pain, whatever fuck. Imagine if some 2.5 meter tall furry fuckers find their way down there and starts to cleanse all the fuck that they regard as evil. Where on the scale do you think they will find the Dark Duke and the fucking Queen?
I like the idea. That's just two things.
But it is like...
one would have to make sure that they're sort of... that their what do you call it, cleansing campaign encaptures said catacombs and dark abodes and eliminates... Yes. And also, which is a tad more concerning, is how to concentrate it.
Yes,
there,
this is
not let
pretty
it
more
spell.
like detonating a nuclear bomb. There might be some fallout.
Oh, Sean, you know it will be.
Oh, definitely will be.
You cannot control that force of nature. If
That
you
is-
open the door, you do not know, and an angel said so.
Yeah.
She said, "Best everybody get out of town that day."
Or
You
that
can't
week.
even agree or even manage our world, what we are, our society. How in God's name are we going to survive that?
Chris walks over to the bookcase. He pulls out a travel guide that stands there as I talk, and he flips it open. He finds France, he finds Paris. Puts it away.
The problem is, and this is can become a big problem, and that is these fuckers want to cleanse come hell or high water, and hell and high water will probably come.
What of the rest of the city? Will they stop there?
We don't know.
I have no idea. The only thing I know is they regard Cop Hill as a place that once was sacred, and it has been polluted by evil and folk.
I do not know how much you know about our kind's history with these murderous furballs.
Yeah, they regard us as murderous fuckers, pretty much.
I have dipped my feet in some of our history.
Oh yes, she has. She gets flashbacks of how she actually has been searching high and low for law to know more. But I don't think they know that either.
No, probably not.
Does she play naive or does she play the card?
No, it's what she said. Which goes neither way, I think. I hope.
Well,
Yeah.
Sean, the question is then, how much should you want Boston to become like your old hometown of Belfast?
Right now it's pretty much the same. Little less bombs. Same amount of dying.
Be careful what
Lot
you
more
wish
hables.
for. That most ancient of course. Okay.
So we can be trapped between the hunters and the werewolves, or the hunters and the Queen of Folk.
Speaking of the hunters, how do they view these werewolf creatures?
Ambiguously.
You know, a kitty cat's standpoint is as long as they do not harm humans and seek balance.
That seems to be the standpoint on very much, it seems. I do miss Cal. Well, I didn't think this day could become much worse after that Primogen meeting, but I am so glad that you both proven me wrong on that count.
Oh, it can always get worse.
But clearly he does not have the same range of powers that his sire did.
Finally, we're back on the doctor. She was like, "Do I escaped that conversation."
Because
We're
he's
saying the
old.
dark. It's black, right? It's the black.
Duke. The
Yeah,
Black
Duke.
yeah,
The Dark
yeah.
Duke is gone.
Yeah.
He cannot have the same powers of his sires, or at least not the same control, because his old wraiths doesn't seem to do his bidding anymore. They're free to roam and do as they please. And why does he call her a baby? It's not like he's that small. I mean, the way I remember it, he was fairly large, thin but tall.
He's weaker.
Very much so. Sometimes
I do
he's
believe one should
pathetic.
have a baby shower in one's own home. One does not take the child to someone else's place.
1 minute, Chris. Shiv, sometimes you view him almost pathetic.
Yeah. But from a bodily standpoint,
Yeah.
is it still...
He shambles around. He looks weird to you. He's not that scary great white shark that glide around. Whatever she's doing to him, it's very efficient. Whatever was done to him was done really, really well. You do not feel physically threatened or mentally threatened by him.
Okay. And that's not just something that she thinks he acts upon.
No.
Kind of. It's... No.
You have auspex the hell out of him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He cowers when you use a lot of power.
Right.
one.
But
Chris is-
time, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe it's on the mend.
Chris is fairly safe that it's sure that it's a white noise generator in this room will protect the conversation from electronical surveillance. Of course, those bloody Tremors and their. But well, Sean, seeing as you technically tabled the idea of having her removed, though by proxy and more by not acting than acting.
Well, if
You
sad
seem open for the idea.
furballs were to enter the city, acting, I would say, would be foolish. We don't want to die.
Your clan's connection to these creatures, does it extend in such a manner that you could make sure they're guided to a certain queen's doorstep?
Well, it is like... I guess it's like trying to herd really angry kittens that are 2.5 meters tall.
Since you went where you went, there are other options as well. I mean, the information you brought us, Shiv, belayed as it might be. I mean, how would Kitty Cat react to know that the architect behind her sister's destruction still lives? That the evil is still in this world? There might be other ways to skin this particular cat.
You're right.
But I want to make it absolutely clear what that would entail. Us not doing anything, but the werewolves, though, could be laying at my feet as mismanagement of ruling the city, in no way, shape, or form makes us culpable to the laws of our kind.
There's some,
Alternatives will be more in a grey area, to put it mildly.
as Shiv listens, I'm just going to... This is a thought that hits Shiv's mind as she hears them talking about ending the Dark Duke and the Queen of Bones, which sounds pleasing in many, many ways. Then something cold dripples down her spine. How much does he know what she has been doing with Hashimoto? The treachery, the blood, the darkness.
Talking about the dark, no,
Yeah.
the Black Duke.
Yeah, the Black Duke. How much does he know about the trickery?
Marianne is very curious now.
But for the split of a second, you feel an element of panic of actually him being destroyed before. What if he disclosed to someone? It just dripples in like a little drop of what if.
Are you guys sure that you want to wet your feet in this again? Every time we try and do something, get someone to do something for us, someone else ends up with a secret and holds it over us. This time you would open it up for our enemies.
Does that mean you would just not do it at all? Or do you mean that we should clean our own house, so to speak?
There must be other ways. Other ways to weaken her. Punish him. Without that.
Oh my. My dear Sean, we never did watch that tape, did we?
No, we didn't.
Perhaps we should. I mean, to study how one of our own could be so eminently framed for breaking the masquerade.
What video?
The evidence against Sean's sire.
Said video. Let's start the whole thing. And I'm just saying, Shiv, it's just a thought. Like, what does he know? How much does he know?
I mean, Marianne is very confused to what it could be. Does he know? But I'll act on it.
Act on the fact
Yeah.
it's been 3 months and he saw you did something. And he has been coming and going.
I mean, we do not necessarily have to remove a problem. We could just
Blackmail
make the
it.
terms of multi-assured destruction quite clear.
What if you let her have this baby shower in private, as she asked, but where you set the guest list? See what she wants, see what he wants, they want, and then deal with them.
Well, I can set the gut list quite easily. It will be me, you, Sean, and JJ, and that's it.
Exactly. No need to be going down the grr route before we know what she wants. I do love a good dog, though.
At the very least, I now know why she never turned up for the meeting I invited her to. Dear God, she's had him since then.
Yeah.
It's almost like I feel sorry for the fucker.
He's not what he was. And don't ask me why I haven't told you.
Sorry?
I wanted him.
Yes, pity, pity.
I wanted him to suffer for as long as he could. And with her, I'm sure he has.
Oh, music to my ears. That was always too good for that little shit.
He wants it, though.
He wants
To die.
Oh, most definitely.
You talked to him? Oh no, he came to you, you said yes. I thought that was a figurative speech, but clearly not. The problem here is cause... Well, actually, I mean, technically, that he could present himself as anything, couldn't he? They are the bloody sewer rats with 1,000 faces. And
It was him.
how many are still alive who knew him at all, particularly well? The Malkavians?
They wouldn't know him as he is now. It is not the same man. Well, not even a man.
Why, oh why?
So he's impossible to recognize as the Black Duke.
I'm looking at their storyteller.
You're unsure. You're unsure if you're just used to his new visage.
Because the amount of probing that I've done on him, I know it's him. So
Oh,
it
for
can't be
sure.
someone
No,
else
no,
kind
no.
of playing it.
No, you went full...
Yeah.
He cowered under your powers.
Yeah.
I do believe that you're right, that we should not put any plans in motion until we at least know a bit more. All her disturbing knowledge, however, that fateful visit at the rope suddenly becomes much more understandable. I do confess that I wondered how she could have amassed such information. I mean, sure, they are the keeper of secrets and expert at rooting things out, but no. There are things there that only this could explain, of course. Right, private audience, then. I set the guest list. Just 1 second, I'm just going to make a phone call. It's going to be quick. Picks up the phone and calls JJ.
So?
I'm terribly sorry to interrupt. It's not an immediate hurry, but I need you to get me some pamphlets. It might seem strange, but I'll explain it to you one day. You'll probably be able to just send a ghoul, would you, if you'd be so kind, to pick them up at the hospital about SIDS?
Okay.
Thank you
course.
very much.
Sure, sir.
And he hangs up. I'll help you take the veiled threat message of pamphlets about sudden infant death syndrome lying about as a good fucking hint.
I do like the cut of your jib.
As Shiv is standing there looking at them again, all of a sudden you hear a whisper behind you. You heard it before. You know it's a side effect of what you've been consuming. Maybe too much of as of late. You hear first the sweet sacrifice. Why? I thought you loved me. I was safe with you. You hear from the echo beyond.
I try
And then
and
you feel your jaw tighten, and you feel it's been too long. If you just took a little bit, she would fall back and you would be with her for a couple of minutes. But now she's coming back. You loved me. I bled on the floor.
I wish it was me.
Do you say it out loud?
Yeah, probably. As again, she's just like, I'm wondering if maybe she's like digging her nail so hard into her hand that it's actually bleeding. Like,
But you
that
don't really
kind-
bleed. You have to force
No.
it. But you actually.
Oh, okay,
You,
then I don't bleed. But yeah, okay. Damn it!
so you have to force blood out.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing that.
But you're making marks.
Yeah.
So you'll take actually like a damage. Because
Oh.
your nails are going through
Why
your
am I
hand now.
doing this to myself?
I'm going to deem it so that because they're so close proximity, they don't even have to roll on it. She says that it should have been me, and she harms herself.
I turn to Shiv. Shiv?
It's very evident that she is not okay.
You're not alright, are you?
She has been carrying a heavy secret. I can understand knowing on her. And Chris looks at you, and and the way he looks, yeah, might remind you of a conversation I had about half a year ago. He shoots you a knowing look.
Just all memories being dredged up by this.
No matter how
I
hard
thought-
we dig, we bury it, the secrets of our past just keeps coming up, doesn't they?
I think I thought with him it could be my own revenge, my own way of dealing with it. Seeing him so weak. Being able to harm him, hurt him the way that he hurt me. I thought that would be enough.
Chris walks over and puts his hand on Shiv's shoulder and gives her a little squeeze on her crest. We'll never forget the sacrifice you made when you went alone down into that dark, deep hole and bought us the time we needed. Do not believe we are not grateful. I agree, you deserved your private own revenge of him. As much as he hurt all the three of us, he hurt you the most.
And then again you hear the whisper. They don't know how vile you are.
Shut up. I'm fine. I'm just tired of all this.
Well,
I
You're
need it to be
suggested-
over with. I don't know what end that. What would satisfy me? Us. Them.
but your initial instinct was good, Shiv. He brings in pen and paper, and he writes a message, official, from the prince to the Queen of Bones, granting her, what was the word she used? Baby shower?
Baby shower.
God, in my time we would have a christening, and that's it. Yeah, but cordially invited. You're a sweet, innocent child.
Lay it on thick.
And then
will you?
it writes, and these others to be permitted
Will
to be
you?
present. And he specifies Shiv, Sean, and JJ. And that's it. No one else. And he seals it with a, like, Goodback seals it with a prince's signet ring. Whether that mad cow will listen to it or not is another matter.
Coincidentally,
Coincidentally.
at this time, both Sean and Shiv get texts on their mobile phone.
What does it
And
say?
I was picking up my phone because I wanted to see what time it was. Because
Yeah.
Shiv wants to leave.
Yeah.
Like she wants.
Yeah, from to Sean actually, it's from Catalina.
Oh. Interesting.
Important. We need to meet
When? Where?
immediately. Primogen.
Where?
She gives you an address close to the docks. That you know, it's close to your territory.
Yeah. Be there in 25.
Perfect. It's urgent, and there is danger.
Chris, I have to leave. But
It's
before
getting
I
late.
leave, I just want to toss out a business proposition that I failed to toss up in the Primogen meeting. I have been
Well, I
thinking...
allowed the Beating with Bones to spring her little surprise on us.
I'm
I
gonna
guess it is only
toss the
fair that I
ball.
give you the same benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, it's not a big thing. I'm planning to build let me say a modern version of the Underground Railroad to get sex workers out of the grasp of the pimps and give them a safe way out of town. Using the same means, I'm planning to start up a transport business suited for the kindred of the city, providing safe transportation, daylight as well as nighttime.
That sounds like
straightforward.
something we would need.
Exactly.
Sounds straightforward and smart. You have my blessing. Particularly, as you said, this could be important for our kind as well.
Yeah.
As to the first part of it, do you need any monetary assistance or anything?
At some point,
you-
probably yes. I would need safe houses.
Well, to begin with, I do seem to recall on a list of properties small lodge, or shall we say small ranch in Aspen, Colorado.
Oh, nice.
Should be nice and safe, and you can use in the meantime to something more established could be fixed. Work out the details and bring them to me then.
Of course.
Then we'll hash it out.
Will hash.
Sensible.
Have to leave.
Before you actually go out the door, I'll just like grab your hand, shoulder, like here, and I stop you. And I turn to you and say, I hope you don't misunderstand my side of the business. You know that my house is not for sex workers. It's not by any means anything close to that.
Of course.
Just wanted to make sure. The
Well,
only
you
women
haven't-
or men that would be here are the ones volunteering and that actually has a need.
Of course. If you had done otherwise, though, we would
I
have
just
a
don't
problem.
want there to be any misunderstandings
Oh,
in
there.
regards to this.
I know you. I know you, Shiv.
Good.
I do.
Because we are hoping to open within a year's time.
Of course.
Now that we got our dear prince's blessing.
Whatever tickles your fancy or fanny or
Why, it's
whatever.
not me that's going to get tickled.
Her phone is constantly, it's buzzing and buzzing and buzzing.
We have to.
I'm not going to keep you.
No, we have to have a glass of something within a fortnight.
To sniff.
It's been too long.
It has been too long, my friends. It was good to talk to you both, even about such a grave matter.
Cheers.
Oh, matters. Farewell.
Oi.
I look at my phone.
It's Eve.
Yes?
Mistress, you need to come here immediately.
Why? Is there anything wrong?
There's someone here.
Explain someone.
I don't know. He says he knows you. It clicks.
I have business to attend to at my house, it seems. Chris, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, and I know I owe you probably many explanations.
Just make sure you take care of yourself, Shiv. Remember what I told you all that time ago. It can be a difficult burden to bear.
His compassion is almost like a slap on the face.
I sometimes wonder if your words were different that night. Where would we be today? And then I'll leave.
As Shiv glides out in her canary yellow gown, in the corner of her eye, she sees this beautiful, blonde, pale creature. Stands with arm crossed in a white silk blouse and a white leather skirt. Modestly makeup, pearl earrings. She gives you a soft nod, and for a second it is Ophelia standing there in all her glory. But you know it's not. Miss Fairchild is a haunted thing. You feel compassion with her. You know her embrace was like yours. And she has trouble coming to grasp with her situation, even though she knew this was what she wanted. But you know, as she knows, as your eyes meet, how much you lose when you step over to your undead form. Ah, but your heart could beat. The trivialities of humanity sounds beautiful. You know her sorrow better than anyone.
I look at her and just nod at her before leaving. Not saying anything because what can I say to her?
You can hear her stiletto heels as they gently glide across the hallway to the office as you leave. Nobody knows what discussion is about to occur in that office. And you're thinking, is your situation going to be easier than Chris? It's going to be easier than Sean's. Who knows? Your nights are not easy. Who knew that being immortal, eternal, would be so fucking hard? The last little bit of this episode. Because you feel her. The silence that has been growing between you two is palpable. It's like cannons, thunderstorm. She glides into the room, hands crossed, slightly defensive.
Evening, my dear.
Evening, Christopher.
He gives her a smile. A tired smile.
It's a fleeting smile of her lips as she looks down.
It's been one of those nights.
I'm sure. Do you need anything?
He walks over to her. No. I'm fine, thank you. And yourself? How are you feeling tonight?
She moves some of her hair that's loosened from her high ponytail and... I should have... It's almost like you can see the quiver of the red in the corner of her eye. It's... And she grabs for you, like, on your chest. And she's, like, almost like she's about to say something. And then Miss Savage bounces through the door. Yeah, Miss Fairchild, we don't need you right now. Chris, Prince. She lets go of you and she like, almost like afraid of Miss Savage. Come on, little birdie, we don't need you right now. Close the fucking door behind you.
When she's left, I look up and look at Miss Savage. Well, you got it right the second time around.
Well, now, boy Prince, we need to fucking talk. And that will be the end of this episode. Thank you very much.
Savage by name, savage by nature.
We'll meet a savage end.
What? You gotta love a savage bitch.
Another addition to your list. No, she's probably been there from the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Well, at least this time, I'm hoping some threads are being tied in, but there's so much fun to come in these interludes, and it's also interesting for the players because they just have to bounce ball with me because I know a lot about stuff, and they just have to go with it. It's fun.
Yeah.
We have plans. I have plans.
I'm starting to have plans.
I'm starting to question my plans.
A little late. I shall not lie. But if it's any consolation, I do believe that Chris is also coming to regret his ambitions.
But if we all now just get up to 8 in humanity and let the werewolves enter the city, then everything will be hunky-dory.
It's like he's going home with the wolves, and I'm like, Chris thinking, will there be a city left? Like, will they just go with them? Or they were thinking, if they're in, they're going to go like, let's just clean house, because these like blood-sucking dickheads, we don't need them. We can just take the city.
To be honest,
and then we start playing vampire? No,
werewolves.
well, to be honest, much more of this and the current acting prince of the city might think that, fuck it, a bit of a cleanse might do so that the city's so good.
Nobody said ruling's gonna be easy. So it's gonna be very interesting to see where the city is, actually 5 years after season 2. What has been done? Did the wolves come in? Has there been a parlay with the Anogs? Has the Anogs been used in any way? Who the hell knows? And right now, who is at Shiv's estate? And why did Catalina so desperately want to talk to Sean? Dangerous, he said.
I have no idea. I'm scared.
And savage. She's just savage. Well, my pretties, thank you so much. You are the loveliest players on the planet, and you make this like the bestest thing ever. Appreciate you. You're amazing.
We're brilliant.
And to your viewers, it's been so much fun to reading actually all your comments and the literal engagement it's been to see on these interludes that you guys are actually like, you're talking, you are messaging. Believe you me, we all read them and we all love it, and I so much appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love. Yeah. And if you keep on, comment, do all the good stuff.
And if you want to discuss this without thinking about spoilers, then we have a subreddit.
Mm-hmm. If not,
link down here.
Then, and then it's like in blah blah blah, blink blink blink. No spoilers.
True.
Do the thing. Until next time, stay safe.
Stay sane. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.